And we are live. What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your man, DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. What's good, y'all? That's for y'all. Welcome back. Y'all know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here checking the... All right, I wanted to check real quick to make sure our levels are good. Y'all know how I do it. Levels are good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all so much for earlier, man. That was a pretty good show. Shout out to Jay Swans. He's probably in his pool right now sipping on margaritas or whatever it is that Rangers do when they retire. He had the training, y'all. He was hardcore dude. But we left that military life a long time ago. We actually retired air traffic controllers. So shout out to you, brother. Thanks so much for that. Hey, I caught the replay of myself, which I always do, just to make sure everything was cool. I ain't gonna lie, that was a pretty good episode talking about men versus males. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one. Brother Vikings in the house was good, bro. Thank you so much for being here and being in here like you was in here number one. So shout out to you. And yeah, man, I wanted to jump on. I know earlier it was saying that I was going to start at 6:30, but Suzette Speaks goes on at 7, so I bumped it up a half hour so I can support her. I want to definitely go over there and support her. She's talking about the latest political, not the latest, but one of the latest political things. Talking about that student loan forgiveness program that that Joe Biden, I guess through executive action, I think it's through the executive order, is put in place. It's $10,000 up to $20,000 of debt forgiveness, and she's going to be talking about that. I already did a show on that, and I'm definitely not a happy camper. I don't think that should be a thing, but this is what it's all about, man. I'm gonna go over there and support her, and I'm eager to hear what people have to say. You know what I mean? So, brother Viking, welcome, brother Viking. Like he says, humans are already phase 2 cyborgs. Many just don't know it yet. If you use the internet, you're a cyborg, yo. And like I said, I didn't even think of it like that, but I agree. Cyborg, an organism, often a human, that has certain physiological processes enhanced or controlled by mechanical or electronic devices, especially when they are integrated with the nervous system. Appreciate that, bro. That's perfect. And that's, we definitely gonna need it for this show. And our brother Viking was agreeing with the previous show today. He was like, yes, it was a good show indeed. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Brother Foxtrot Sierra's in the house. I'll be on his platform Tuesday, right? We're doing Tuesday. I think that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna be on his platform. Brother Frank has his podcast is all about history, heavy emphasis on military, like in war. And we're going to be talking about World War II, Dunkirk. And I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be Tuesday. We're going to have to get back to you on the time. Brother Frank, let me know what time we were thinking on Tuesday. For me, 6:30 works. If we're going to do it in the evening, 6:30 works best, or anytime after 6:30. My daughter has a tutor from 5 until 6. So, definitely come support that, man. Listen to us talk about the Battle of Dunkirk and how that went down and what was going on with that. And then he was saying, have fun with this episode, buddy. Very interesting topic. Tune in, folks. Like the video. See you next Tuesday. Absolutely, I'll be there, man. I'll check in with you. Make sure we have the time locked in. Brother Michael's in the house. Was good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, my day one, I'm pretty certain that you got a wrench, bro. I was able to get you that wrench. Matter of fact, you were the first one I wrenched up there, brother Michael. Just so you know, I hit everybody, and I've been trying to catch everybody, and we got you sorted out. So thank you so much for all the support. And he's like, I'm on in 15 minutes, running late. Yeah, man, handle your business, man. Get on there, check it out, man. And matter of fact, send me the link. I'll check out the replay, bro. Check out the replay, man. We in these streets, we making it happen. And that's for the Foxtrot Sierra podcast, brother Frank. So I definitely want to get in there and get into this. I don't want to run over because, again, I'm trying to check out Suzette Speaks. So I want to definitely get into it. Brother Viking sounds like he's going to have a lot to say on this one. And It's going to be cool. I wanted to throw, there's a couple videos out here that I wanted us to check out. And, you know, like we're talking about Cyborg and we're talking about prosthetics. And then, you know, we talk about that link that Brother Viking was talking about, the link between the two, between the mechanical and the organic. That's where science is now. That's what fascinates me the most. I mean, I came up back in the day when someone had a prosthetic arm. It was really just a really fancy hook, but it was literally a hook. And they had some sort of mechanism in which they can just kind of control this movement here. It wasn't really much that they could do. You know, and it was always kind of like a flesh tone thing. But, you know, for little kids, it was scary. Like a little kid would see it and they would run off because, you know, one hand is there, normal organic hand, and then all of a sudden this hook comes out. And yeah, and then it was the same thing. I remember seeing people with like a peg leg. It was really just a peg there, like for your for your leg that may have been amputated or whatever. But things have changed. Things have changed. And one of the things that I wanted to point out before we start watching, react to a couple of these videos that we found, is a lot of this, I believe, is motivated by science fiction. Right. We talked about this before when we were talking about artificial intelligence and all that. And when you look at our technology today, all this technology has come about because some geek somewhere wanted to recreate what they saw on television or in a comic book or what have you. So when I look at what's going on now, you know what I mean, with this cyborg movement, the cyborg era that we're coming into, I think Star Trek, man. I think the Borg. Right, I think of Westworld, the movie, the original, not the TV series that's on HBO or whatever channel it's on, not that. The original movie. I think it had who was the star of that? Man, I can't remember the name of the star, but it's on the tip of my tongue, but bald head white guy, he's always playing like bad guys, and the guy from The King and I believe that's who starred. The guy who made the movie The King and I real popular. He played the bad cyborg in Westworld. If you haven't seen that movie, you should go check it out. That movie was I want to say it was late 70s, early 80s. Way better, in my opinion, than the series. Way better. Great movie, and I'm sitting here trying to remember the guy's name, and I simply can't. But it will come to me. Yul Brynner. I believe it was Yul Brynner, and I think that's who it was. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Check my math, check my work. But if you haven't seen that movie, go on Amazon Prime. It's probably like $2 to watch, something like that. Watch that original movie, Westworld. Really good story, really good premise, and I remember watching that as a kid, and I was, kind of looking at, that was more robotics or whatever. But still, I was like, wow. And then, the $6 Million Man. Yeah, I'm showing my age, y'all. I was a kid. I remember watching the $6 Million Man. I remember watching the Bionic Woman. And all that was science fiction back then, back in the 70s, back in the 80s. That was all science fiction. Now, I think we can pretty much say it's science fact. It is definitely science fact. So there's a video that I found and it's I thought it was pretty cool. We're gonna check this out. Cyborg Revolution, latest technologies, and top of real cyborgs, right? And the top of real cyborgs. So let's check this out and see what's going on today. And I'm telling you, this was definitely eye-opening for me. So let's give this a watch. And here we go.
Cyborgization. Is this the fashion, madness, or a natural part of our evolution? What technological discoveries can make cyborgization part of evolution? And what opportunities does merging with the machine give man? Look at the top of real cyborgs whose capabilities have long surpassed those of humans. Let's go.
And right off rip, they're like, look at the top of these cyborgs. Did you see right there, just in that opening sequence? Did you see the cybernetic legs that guy was walking with, and how intricate those legs were, those limbs were, that people are now climbing? They don't tell this guy's story, but the guy they're going to focus on, who has the two, cyborg legs, he lost his legs in a climbing accident. The way I understand it, that guy is like an avid climber. He was climbing, he fell, and he lost one leg, and the other leg they thought they could save, and he actually signed waivers. And because of who he is and what he, his background, he was like, just go ahead and amputate both my knees, both my legs at this certain spot. And then I'm basically going to be the guinea pig for this technology that we've been working on. And the technology actually works. So, and there's a tech talk with that guy as well. You guys should really check it out. But here we go. And Pro Robots, go over there and sub to the channel. Support them. It's some good stuff over there.
Cyborg is a hybrid of man and machine. Over the last few decades, prosthetic limb technology has progressed at an incredible speed, and 3D printing has made bionic body parts relatively accessible as well.
And all that plays an intricate role. You know what I mean? It's why do we have so many, amputees? Well, we've been fighting, for the better part of 20 years. And IEDs are a nasty device. You know what I mean? IEDs are lethal. And with science, technology, and leaps in the like breakthroughs in medicine, especially in combat medicine, more soldiers are surviving these wounds. Like, so if you get caught up in a booby trap, or you get hit by a mortar, you lose some limbs. You get hit by IED, right? You lose some limbs. Back in the day, you wouldn't make it home. Generally speaking, you would bleed out on the battlefield. But now with technology and where medicine is, the medicine get to you so fast, they stabilize you, right? You're immediately, being evac. You get the evac out. You on a helicopter, dust off comes in, gets you. They take you straight to the field hospital where they have specialists right there. So soldiers are surviving these attacks, surviving war in greater and greater numbers. So of course, biotechnology is going to take advantage of this, and we're going to have more leaps and strides within that industry. So it was crazy. Brother Roman, what's good? Welcome. I see you, man. I see you. Let's get you an air horn. So technology works hand in hand. When we have these major breakthroughs, it's generally, I ain't gonna lie, it's generally through conflict. It's generally through war that we get these kind of breakthroughs. And then where all the research money comes and stuff like that. Because we do fight a lot of wars in this country. We are a warrior society. We're a warlike society, and they don't like to. I think that we can get better treatment as veterans in this country, but at least they're keeping us alive. Whereas we were just being slaughtered on the battlefield. At least we are surviving. So yeah, it's that Miss AKA lady is in the house. Good evening, everybody. Please like the video. And for those of you out there on the red pill side of the world, I am in contact with Nina the Pineapple. We're trying to get her on the platform for an interview. You guys know Nina from Fresh and Fit, the very petite, very beautiful woman who loves to twerk, and she has an amazing body. But I don't know I'm not sure if you guys know that she's quite the entrepreneur. She's just moved into buying some real estate on her own. She's very proud of what she's done. And she also has a company where she makes athletic wear and swimwear. Very sharp young lady, very cool, very, not afraid to take risks. I'm looking forward to getting her on the podcast. So like I said, y'all stay tuned. As soon as she commits to a time, I'll put the thumbnail out. The thumbnail's already done. I really want you guys to get to know Nina the way I know Nina, because she's more than just a pretty face. She's more than just a sexy woman with a let's keep it 100, with a fat pineapple. Nina has the pineapple, but she's way more than that, people. So yeah, but our technology is getting crazy what they're doing. In this video, I'm gonna be stopping it a lot because I want to make sure we get through without them shutting down my channel, because I'm watching the video. I'm still learning about the copyright stuff, what can and cannot be used, but I think we're good on this one because it's definitely fair use. We are definitely it's just commentary on what's going on. So let's continue.
But the real evolution in cyborgization was the new technology discovered last year by researchers at MIT. It allows you to feel the robotic body part like a real one.
Do y'all see that right there? There are probes connected to the limb, to the amputated limb. And these probes can feel, I guess, the signals, the biosignals within the body, and is connected to the actual mechanical limb, and it moves just by thinking about it. This blew my mind. This interface, it's kind of like what Brother Viking was talking about. This interface is just insane. Brother Viking, the part of the word cyborg is focused on is the psychological processes enhanced. Yes. So by using the internet, my sight, hearing, memory, and knowledge are all enhanced already. Oh, I see what you mean, because it's an extension. You're right, absolutely right. That's what's good. That's what's good, bro. Man, y'all so smart, man. I think y'all I'm gonna have to step myself up, man. I'm gonna have to step up my mental game just to keep up with y'all, bro. Yes, right. I know Brother Michael knows Nina the Pineapple. In fact, when I saw Brother Michael, that's what jogged my memory. We were just texting back and forth. So Brother Michael, as soon as we locking in, I know you'll be here. You know what I mean? Doing what you do best. I ain't mad at Brother Michael, but when he gets an opportunity to do when he gets an opportunity with a beautiful woman,
holla, 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 holla,
that's what he does.
Holla, holla, holla.
That's what he does, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's how y'all do it out there, people. And Brother Roman, F&F changing lives. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Technology is amazing and almost scary at this point, y'all. But I just wanted to pause it right there. You can see the limb is missing, but these probes are able to allow the human to control this device. I just think that's amazing.
Not just giving feedback, but also feeling the position of the prosthesis in space. The Neuro-Embodied Design Project is led by Professor Hugh Herr at MIT, who himself has lost both his legs. Under his leadership, an agnostic-antagnostic myoneural interface was developed, abbreviated AMI, which connects the nerves in the residual limb to the external bionic prosthesis and allows you to feel it as a full body part.
That's insane, y'all. Those words are mighty big, mighty big, but I'm pretty sure we understand what they're talking about. They have managed to come up with a way to interface our organic bodies to external devices and have them operate as one. Absolutely amazing.
Is this feeling of unity with its means of rehabilitation the boundary that turns a man into a cyborg, the professor believes? The new neural interface and communication paradigm are able to send movement commands from the central nervous system to the robotic prosthesis and transmit proprioceptive feedback describing the joint movement back to the central nervous system.
I mean, this man is climbing a mountain, a very small sheer cliff with this. I have a hard enough time climbing it with what God gave me. This. And I guess the question becomes, will we begin as a species to upgrade by choice as opposed to necessity? I mean, will we get to the point where we just go in and be like, you know what? I want better limbs. I want to be faster, stronger, taller, whatever the case may be, shorter. You know what I mean? Because these limbs are available. You can start to adjust your own height, right? Wow.
The technology also includes a special surgical technique that closes each muscle pair of an agonist. Interestingly, Hugh Herr sees the application of technology not only for rehabilitation, but also for the empowerment of the individual. For example, to create real wings, which the carrier will also feel as part of the body and manage them intuitively.
They just said real wings. Bro, did y'all see that? Wings. Now they can make you a real X-Men. You could be Archangel if you want to be. They have wings that will connect to your central nervous system and allow you to fly. I wonder if that is already out. I wonder. That's insane. And keep in mind, this is today's tech. This is out here right now, real world. What's on the drawing board? Like, what's next? What and how close are we to it? How far away are we from those wings? This is what I want to know. Wow.
The idea of empowering the human being with advanced prosthesis is not new. For example, James Young, having lost his hand, developed together with the Japanese company Konami Bionic Hand on the model of his favorite computer game, Metal Gear Solid. The hand includes its own drone, the lighting of which James can change accordingly to his mood, laser, flashlight, USB port for charging the phone, sports watches, and most importantly, the hand itself, which responds.
I wonder what kind of vibrators he can hook it up to that thing. I bet you women love this man right here. And you see this tech on his arm. He's changing out. You know what I mean? What he needs and what he doesn't need. And he just swamps it all out. That is crazy, Miss AKA Lady. Yeah, real life superpowers for real. This is going on right now today. Wow.
Responds to messages sent by his muscles. Drummer Jason Barnes also lost his hand, but did not part with his muscular career. His prosthesis has 2 built-in drumsticks, one of which is controlled by a sensor that reads the...
You know, I remember seeing something here. I want to say it was in a documentary when they brought this guy in and proposed these upgrades for him. And he came in, he's like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And I saw that a couple years ago, and I guess they have perfected the technology. So here he is right now. Like, and Brother Mike was saying, yeah, about the other guy, like he's the Winter Soldier. He is. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, this dude's real life Winter Soldier.
Electromyogram from the muscle, and the other is controlled by an artificial intelligence and improvised, adjusting to the first stick. The beat rate allows James to be the fastest drummer in the world at 20 beats per second. Jason also has a single stick prosthesis and a bionic hand that allows him to learn to play the piano.
That's insane, especially playing the piano, because there's so much going on when you're playing the piano. So to have that link, so you can make the left hand do what you need while the right hand is doing whatever it's doing, and vice versa. I don't know if anyone out there is a musician or have ever messed around with the piano, but that was a very difficult instrument to learn initially, because you have to split your mind. You have to split your mind, and to see this kind of tech is boy, blows me away. Brother Roz is in the house. What's good, bro? We're talking about we're talking about this new tech, man. This new cybernetic tech that's out here, bro. It's crazy, man. I don't know if you've seen it, but sit back and relax, check it out. And I'm definitely more than willing to hear what you guys have to say about it, because it is crazy. Let's see if I can. And I'm trying to, I thought I would be able to drop the link. It looks like I might have done something wrong. So we'll continue and I'll work that out.
Rob Spence is a director with a cybernetic eye that records everything he sees. To realize the idea, we had to place a wireless camera in the cavity with a 9x30 by 28mm parameters. As a result, a former employee of MIT and SpaceX engineer Costa Grammatis was able to literally squeeze in 8 square millimeters, not only the camera itself, but also the battery with a signal transmitter to an external device, as well as a board for image processing. The charge of such a camera is only enough for half of an hour, but it does not prevent Spence to shoot it on his movies.
I'm not going to lie to you, that was kind of scary. But the technology is there. And I'm pretty sure if they wanted to, they can provide some sort of cosmetic cover for that, but you can still see. But, you know, when you look in there, you see that camera. And we know that these cameras are so small, like you could put a camera in this pen and shoot in 1080p. I did drop the link if anyone wanted to come up here and comment or teach me something about this tech. If anyone out there knows anything about this tech, or just want to, come up and shoot the shit, the link is there. Feel free.
In other countries, like Russia, cyborgization is moving forward. The most advanced bionic prostheses are made by Max Bionic, which specializes in hand and melodica, which creates a highly functional prosthesis for adults and children. But it's not just by wearing the prosthesis that you can become a cyborg.
Now, this is the part right here that really, really shocked me. Right? Actually plugging directly into the brain.
The next level is to introduce chips into the brain, or the head, or the spinal cord. Such implants allow you to move and feel the world with paralyzed limbs, replacing the missing feelings of nature and create new ones. And that is not fantastic. The first paralyzed person who was able to move his limbs again was Ian Burkhart, who broke his neck at the age of 19. Scientists took a functional magnetic resonance image of Ian's brain while he focused on a video of his hand movements and identified the responsible part of his motor cortex.
Seriously though, how can we be so smart? How can we be this smart as a species and people are walking around saying the earth is flat? How can we be this smart as a species and we can't feed the entire planet. I mean, honestly, why is it we still kill each other all the time? But we're doing this. We're doing this. You know, my hope is we will be able to figure out a way to keep us alive. In other words, like, you know, maybe some sort of transcendence where you can be downloaded into a computer or something like that, so your essence never goes. So now it doesn't make any sense to kill you because you never die. You just come back in a you know, like in a clone of yourself or something like that. And then we can just leave war alone. There'll be no need for warrior folks like myself. We don't need anyone who's dark. We don't need we don't need men to harness their heart. You know what I mean? Because it takes a hard heart to kill. You know what I mean? It does. I would love to get to that point. I hope I live long enough to see it, to where we just devote all of our time and energy and efforts into this sort of thing. I mean, we could take over our solar system in probably 3 generations if we wanted to. We're linking directly to our brain. This is insane.
It was implanted with a chip that reads the activity of the area of the brain, converting and transmitting the signal through a cable to a computer. This information is then sent as an electrical signal to the flexible sleeve around the subject's right arm, and it stimulates the muscles.
That's fascinating that all that's done externally. You would think that they would have to implant something to do that, and maybe that's the next step. But just to put on an external sleeve, and then you can use muscles that you haven't used in decades because you've been paralyzed because of some injury. That is crazy.
Recently, American scientists created a neural interface that allowed a patient with spinal cord injuries to not only control the movements of his paralyzed hand, but also to feel the grip and regulate its power. Weak residual sensory sensitivity was found in the primary motor cortex and is enhanced by a feedback system. Brain implantation can also change perception of reality.
And this part right here, like this guy has some sort of antenna that's connected to his brain, and this is all about enhancing being able to enhance your perception of color. And I mean, I don't understand why. I think it's fascinating that it exists, but I don't understand why. Like, what's the application until it got towards the end of it, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
In 2003, Neil Harbison was implanted with a sensor in his head that allows him to hear color by determining the frequency of the color in front of him, translating it into sound, and transmitting sound through bone conduction to his brain. Harbison says that this connection between color and sound soon became a perception, allowing him to dream about color. And at this point, he feels that software and his brain have merged.
And I mean, they didn't mention this, but I'm thinking maybe he was born colorblind. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some more research into this fella to find out exactly what's going on. But that is just, I didn't know about all this.
Besides the normal spectrum, Harbison can also perceive infrared and ultraviolet light. But most engineers see the ultimate goal of brain implants not in return of the lost feelings and abilities, but empowering the brain by connecting it to a computer, i.e., merging with artificial intelligence. The most famous project in this area is Elon Musk's Neuralink company. Neuralink, or more precisely, neural lace technology, consists of a nanogrid of electrodes that integrate with the brain, allowing it to transmit and receive digital information directly. In the future, this will greatly expand the capabilities of the brain, but will people want to virtually insert a chip into their brains?
Yes. Why not? If you can make me a supercomputer, absolutely. I would absolutely do that. I mean, just imagine what you could process. You know what I mean? It's like an upgrade to your hard drive. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I don't know. Call me weird.
The issue of potential voluntary cyborgization faces several challenges, from fears that this technology empowerment will only be available to the elite, to the horrors of the thought of an army of cyborgs. What do you think of the potential for cyborgization? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to like the video and make sure you also subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, like and subscribe to that channel. That the stuff that they show on that channel, like what's coming up, what's next, the technology and all that is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Wow. Shout out to them. And I'm an air horn for that. I mean, you could do so much with that technology as far as upgrading, humans and giving people who are paralyzed an opportunity to use those limbs again. People who have lost limbs an opportunity to walk again, to see again, with the camera, to all that stuff. And the way that we are beginning to seamlessly link the tech to our bodies, man, that just blows me away. Absolutely just blows me away. There was another thing I saw. I want to show you guys. There's two more things. And it looks like we're doing pretty good on time. Got about 30 minutes or so before Suzette pops on. I'm definitely going to jump over there and support her. Because she's like my YouTube big sister. Like, she showed me so much stuff. In fact, it was Suzette who showed me how to do the wrench thing, because it's between StreamYard and YouTube. There's like an extra step, something you have to do. And I didn't know. And she was the one who told me, and some more stuff that she told me to do. So it was like, good looking out. So I'm definitely going to continue to support her as much as I possibly can. But this right here, this is an exoskeleton suit prototype from a Japanese innovation lab, Skeletonics, right? So in this thing, I mean, this is a prototype, so it kind of looks like cosplay, but I don't know when they developed this. And when I look at this, I think of that Sigourney Weaver movie, Alien, when she had the mover, the exoskeleton mover thing. And again, that was 1980s. And she fought the alien queen with it. That's what I'm seeing here. And you can see how this thing moves. Hold on, let me see if I can make it bigger so you guys can actually see it. You can see this thing move. Now imagine if this had reinforced armor. Imagine that, like the pilot's completely enclosed. Imagine the weapon systems that could be added to this thing if you want to militarize it, right? Once they enhance the robotics, just imagine what this thing would be capable of picking up and moving around. This is crazy. Again, this is a prototype, but eventually this will be like everyday tech. Just guys out walking around moving boxes and stuff like that with this exoskeleton. Like, absolutely crazy. And then, with this thing, I was thinking about military tech, military enhancement and stuff like that. So there was one final thing that I wanted to show you guys. And what we're about to watch is actually real world. This is already out here. This isn't, like, oh, this is coming soon, or this is what we're working on. Nah, this tech already exists. And I knew about this when I was in the United States Army. They had a program that SF was working, and it was some sort of future soldier program. And I remember they had us out in the field, and these guys came out and showed us what the future would hold. 90% of the things that they showed us that day, this was back in 1992, 93. 90% of the technology that they showed us that day, I've seen in real world applications, and this is one of them. It took a while, but they were talking about this as well. This was very, very early stages of development, what we're about to watch here. And now it seems that it's already out in the real world. So let me pull this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. So here it is, what you guys are looking at. Yeah, what you guys are looking at is a security device right here. This little thing right here. So let's check this out.
Here in fourth place is Ghost Robotics' K9 Dog Robot. The U.S. Army began introducing robots. Ghost Robotics Vision 60, nicknamed K9, is already patrolling military bases in Florida to enhance security and surveillance.
is already out in real world patrolling at military bases. So if this thing is walking around a military installation, it has to have the ability to at least stun someone, to at least do that, if not lethal force. Let's continue.
The 325th Security Forces Squadron is in charge of base security, and they said that the robots are weatherproof, four-legged, unmanned patrol drones with two-way communications and high-tech sensors that cost about $100,000.
$100,000 is a drop in the bucket. That is so cheap for military tech. $100,000. And here's the thing: when you combine this to what we were watching earlier with the neural links, I'll guarantee you that there's the ability to link this device to operators in the field, and either via VR goggles or some other method in which the soldiers, like the operators, the guys on the ground, can control this thing. And I bet you this thing could be weaponized. I guarantee it.
By February of 2021, 4 robo-dogs will be deployed around the base perimeter, where they can either move autonomously or be controlled by an operator through a virtual reality headset. The robots are designed for stability on any terrain and have reduced mechanical complexity, reducing costs but increasing reliability and maneuverability. Operating time on one charge is 7 hours, and although the robot dogs don't bite, a safety mechanism will be triggered if you try to damage them, and that mechanism is not yet known as they have not disclosed it.
Yeah, they say the dogs don't bite. There's some sort of mechanism. Yeah, I'm like I said, this device, this Sentinel, has the ability to stun you, and I guarantee you this thing goes out with special operators. I guarantee it goes out with special operators, and if that's the case, this thing has the ability, the capability of lethal force. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Brother Mike was like, 30 years ago we were telling us about this tech, and I'm seeing it. They were talking about this. They didn't. All they showed us was concept, and there it is. This is what they were showing us. The only difference between this device and what they were showing us back at Fort Bragg was the one at Fort Bragg was bigger. They were comparing it to a mule. Like, it was bigger, and they liked it because it could climb. And now if you talk to guys who are in the 10th Mountain Division, those are guys up northeast of here, Fort Drum, they deal with all the mountainous fighting, and I believe they have stuff online right now. So those guys, those SF guys who deal with mountainous regions, they have something like this that's bigger, and it carries equipment, and it can be weaponized. And y'all saw those guys with the gear on, and it looked like they could control those things with the gear that they were wearing. So, man, this is crazy.
The canines will be an extra set of eyes and ears when processing large amounts of data and strategic points throughout the Air Force Base.
I'm telling y'all, this is crazy. It goes to the military first, and then it goes into, law enforcement and private sector. So if that thing is already patrolling military installations here in America today, I don't know, give it 5 years, you're going to see it patrolling somebody's junkyard. You're going to see it patrolling some corporate entity's headquarters. Man, it's crazy what's going on right now. Absolutely crazy. So, and then it goes into these robotic tanks, and we already know about the drones that are flying about, combat drones and whatnot, observation drones. We are definitely in the future now, y'all. It is just a matter of time before, that Cyberdyne Systems thing goes around. It's just a matter of time before we see the Terminator, right? It's just a matter of time before we see the Terminator.
Number 3.
Show up looking for Sarah Connor. And if that's the case, boy, oh boy, I'm scared already. And when you tie all this together, when you tie it in with artificial intelligence, when you tie it in with what's going on with the cyborg technology, man, the future could be very scary or it could be very, very bright. There's a lot going on. And here's the thing with our military. Our military is having a very tough time getting qualified candidates, all branches. They're having a very tough time. The Navy right now is offering bonuses that could total up to $115,000 if you enlist, if you qualify to enlist. I did a show on that. $115,000 between the various bonuses, and that's the United States Navy. I'm pretty sure the Army and the Marine Corps, the Air Force, Coast Guard will follow suit. They can't get qualified individuals into the military. There's plenty of people who want to join, but 75% of our country, and we're talking about the kids, like 75% of our country, and grown-ups too, are either overweight or obese. And I want to think the obesity rate is almost 50% in America. Almost 50% of Americans are obese. I want to say the stat was like 46 point something percent of Americans are considered obese. Then when you add overweight to that, that gives you 75% or more of our current population. So we have individuals who can't enlist. They can't do it. They can't meet the qualifications. The military can't lower the standards any more than they've already lowered it. So what's going to replace them? Cyborgs, robots, artificial intelligence. Still got to secure the country, right? And if that happens, now we're vulnerable to someone hacking into our systems and turning our own technology on us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, y'all little kids need to stop eating, man. Quit being so fat. Get outside, walk around, man. Eat right. Slim down so you can defend our nation, so we don't get taken over by robots and cyborgs. Yeah, that's crazy though. Like in the South, fam, it's 77% to 82% are obese. Yeah. Yes. I'm down here in Florida, bro. I see it. I don't need the stats. I can go outside and see it. Like, man, there's some big people out here. You know what I mean? Big. And it's just one of those things, man. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. There was a couple other videos. I'm just kind of scrolling here because there were a couple of videos I was debating, showing you guys, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pull those up. I'm not gonna pull them up. It's yeah, man, it's crazy. Brother Mike was like, I'm 6 feet, 165 pounds. Yeah, man. I mean, that's where you're supposed to be. I'm 6 feet, man. I'm 195 pounds. I'm a little heavier. But we are taller. It's the people who are way shorter. You know what I mean? Those people who are like 5'8", 5'9", 255, 315 pounds. There's a lot of those people walking around. It just doesn't help us as a society. It doesn't help us as a society. So, and at the same time, we have all this technology coming out where you can enhance yourself. I don't know if there's anything that they can do about obesity. You know what I mean? But if you can enhance your legs, I guess, enhance your arms, it wouldn't matter if you were obese or not, because, those upgrades would handle the weight better. But you're still unhealthy. It's not like, you still have your heart, you still have all your internal organs. And until they start making those upgrades, you'll still stroke out. You'll still have a heart attack. You still got to worry about liver failure and kidney failure and all that kind of stuff if you don't take care of yourself. But man, I tell you what, this is where we're going. And I'm a little bit excited, but on the other hand, it's like, what if we get hacked? You know what I mean? What if AI decides that artificial intelligence decides it doesn't like us? There are a lot of what ifs, right? There's a lot of things that make me just scratch my head and say, So yeah, that was that, man. That was the talk on what's going on with, cyber technology, right? We got to peek at that. We got to peek at what the military is doing. We got to peek at what else is going on in the private sector with respect to exosuits. That's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a big thing. So yeah, thanks. I think that's pretty much it right there, y'all. I was worried about getting it done in an hour, and it looks like we got it done in 45 minutes. Brother Michael was like, in 2016, I was 4'6", 100. I think you mean 6'4", 190 pounds. My uncle Big Nate called me out. I wasn't always this ripped. I worked on myself. Yeah, you got to work on yourself. Everyone has to do that. Everyone has to do it. I'm old. I've gotten old and lazy and soft. But it's the same thing. It's like, it's like I got to get back out there, do what you got to do to get, to take care of yourself. You know what I mean? I will go out and hire trainers every now and then, go work out with them. It is what it is. Priority shift, things kind of force you to change. Being a single dad, it's things I got to do, but there's always time to get out there and take care of yourself. You can always eat right. You can always get to the gym. If you can't get to the gym, you can do push-ups, you can do sit-ups, you can walk. You know what I mean? You can walk, you jog, you do all that stuff. So, you say you went through you were really that short, bro? That's insane. You were 4'6". Wow. Yeah, you did go through a huge transformation. Wow. Well, you're definitely on the other end of the spectrum now, bro. Sounds like you got you some of those magic legs that Lieutenant Dan has, man. You got you some of those cybernetic upgrades. But that's what's up. You put in the work. You did it the hard way, the old-fashioned way, man. I'm proud of you, bro. So thanks everybody for tuning in. You know what I mean? I'm about to jump off real quick and take care of a couple of things. You can catch me over on Suzette Speaks. She should be getting started here about 7 o'clock in about 15 minutes or so. So Brother Mikey, thank you so much. Brother Roz was here. Miss AKA Lady, thank you. Brother Roman was in the house. Brother Viking, thank y'all so much. You know what I mean? And Brother Frank, he's actually doing his podcast right now, the Foxtrot Sierra podcast. He's over there doing that. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? If y'all got some time to kill, come over and catch us on Suzette Speaks channel, man. Let's support my people. She's been really helping me grow this channel, so I'm always there to help her grow hers. I know she's real busy. She has so much going on. So when she clears her calendar, clears her schedule so she could jump on, I like to jump on with her. So I'll be back. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Got a couple things I want to talk on. Be looking for the thumbnails. I'll probably put one up tonight. And again, I'm trying to get Nina the Pineapple. Once I get Nina the Pineapple, I'll put that thumbnail up, and I know I'll see y'all for that show. You know what I mean? So cool. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later.
Darn, that's the end.
Peace.